for joining. I'm so happy to be here to talk today about time management. My name is Kay Ruth, as Mr. Ure said. I'm from the ILC, and we are the place that offers free tutoring for students. So I'll talk about that a little bit too. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and pull up the presentation, and we will get started. And if you would like to offer comments or your insight in the chat, please feel free to do so. I have it pulled up on my phone so I can see it. And Mr. Ewer and Michael will both help us to all make sure we're keeping up with each other and I'm answering all of your questions. So this is just basically time management and study skills offered by the ILC. A lot of times students ask us, why do I need to focus on study skills? Why do I need to get better at note taking? Why do I need to understand what's so important about critical reading? Why do I need to focus on time management? Why is that important? Well, we say, though, yes, none of those skills will be on the test. When you have good study skills, then you will see that result in better grades on your tests because stronger study skills means that you are learning more, you're understanding more, and you are increasing your ability to show that understanding and demonstrate it on any of your tests so that you make better grades. Study skills are also important because they can spill over into other aspects of your life, right? If you are good at managing your time, if you are good at being organized, then you are more likely to be a more productive professional at whatever job you have. So study skills are important, but they don't get better overnight. You know, becoming a better learner, um, building your study skills does take time and effort. So I just want to make sure that's clear. I'm going to keep saying it throughout the presentation today, but it does take time and effort. So let me see in the chat. I have the top 5 obstacles to success in college, but I want to know what you think. What do you think are the major issues a college student may have that will, hinder them from being as successful as they want to be? Let me see what you think. Time management. Reba says time management. Carla says afraid to ask questions. That's a great one, Carla. Thank you. Dylan says distractions. Yes, indeed. Lena says motivation. Cadell says work ethic. Yes. Lisa, welcome. Everyone is sharing in the chat what they think are the major obstacles students face in college, major obstacles to success. Megan says procrastination. Yes. Let me go ahead and show you my list, but keep typing. If you want to type, keep typing. Here they are. Whoops. And see, I went to the wrong thing. Here they are. Time management, procrastination, and then all of these different feelings, right? Feeling like you can't do it, you're overwhelmed, you don't have enough time, you're not motivated, stress, which is, I think, what all of us can understand during this 2.5 years of living in a pandemic, right? And then feeling behind. And feeling behind can mean you feel like, everybody else your age is at a certain point, or you wanted to start school earlier and you didn't. And so now you feel behind for your own personal plan. Feeling behind can also refer to, you think everybody else in the class gets it, but you don't, which is kind of related to what Carla said about being afraid to ask questions. So These are reasons students are often unsuccessful, um, not because they can't be successful, but because the obstacles make it difficult. So the first thing we want to do is we want to address mindset. When you have the mindset that you can be in control, that you are the person who is in charge of your time, that you are the person who is in charge of getting better at something, that you are the person who is in charge of um, your timeline, like where you're supposed to be and when in terms of your life goals, then you are empowering yourself to become more successful. And that is related to growth mindset. A growth mindset is basically the understanding and the belief that a person through hard work and through effort can improve, can get better at something, and can even improve their intelligence. And studies show that when students have a growth mindset, these things are true. They're willing to put in the hard work, they're willing to put in the effort and the time and the energy, and they do get better. So, getting better doesn't happen overnight, but it is possible. And when you have the right growth mindset, then you are empowering yourselves, and it's the first step in removing those obstacles. So, what's a really quick, easy, good way to improve mindset? You can do this every day, twice a day. Studies have shown that actually when students do this, they improve their ability to pass tests because they are improving their confidence and they are improving their motivation. And they are therefore improving the time that they want to put into their studies because they're being motivated more and they're doing it themselves. So this is all research based. Every day, twice a day, simply say to yourself, I know something. Doesn't have to be detailed, doesn't have to be specific. That's all you have to say. I know something. Do it for a month and see if your attitude towards your academics has changed. See if you feel more motivated. See if you feel more positive towards um, any anything going on in your academic career. Every day, twice a day, I know something. You can also say, I can improve, right? Because again, we're creating that mindset that motivates us to put in the time and the effort. So I can improve. Finally, just I can. You know, I can. So yes, it's going to take hard work, but I can do this. Yes, it's going to take a lot of time, but I can do this. So every day, twice a day. Are there any questions so far? I see some of you are joining. Heba, I hope that you can hear us and that everything's going okay. I'm going to keep going, but mindset is everything. So now let's talk about organization and time management. I put this Map Your Spring Semester 2022 in the chat. So it's a document that you can open, you can download and save on your computer. You can print it out. Believe it or not, this is the entire semester. This is the entire spring semester on one page. One of our tutors in the ILC here on South Campus created this and shared it so that we can use it to help students with organization and time management. So this is a good way to map out your semester. What are your due dates for your major assignments, like your projects or your papers? It's good to go ahead and map them out here in this spring semester map, right? When are your exams coming up? When are your tests coming up? If you map those out already, then you've got a good eye towards what you need to be doing every week to be prepared, right? And what you need to be doing every week is homework. What you need to be doing every week is reading for your classes, and what you need to be doing every week is studying. Those are three separate things that all go together to build your ability to be successful in your courses. So let me know if you see it, and if you have trouble getting it, I'll send it again at the end of the talk. But I just wanted to make sure it was there. Sometimes I forget to send information, so I went ahead and posted it in the chat at the very beginning. So please make sure you can see it and you can download it. So that's the semester, but you also want something that you can put more information on, you know. So we talk about having a weekly planner. You know, a lot of times you have planners that are like kind of what you get in high school, you know, those agendas. Those are the best things because you have space for your homework. You have big blocks where you can put, you know, all of the information for a class. So do use the one document semester planner, because that really helps you see where you are going for the entire semester and helps you prepare for it. And so when you're looking at that, you can also say, I can do this, right? I've got the whole semester plotted out and I can do this. I can get ready for the test coming up next week. I can get ready for the test coming up 2 weeks later because I know what's coming. So as Miss Sharia says, being proactive. Yes, definitely. Um, but then, you know, look at your week and try to break down your week in terms of choice. We call time management choice management, because when you are choosing what to do during the week, then you are, again, you're putting that mindset of empowerment. These are things I choose to do. These are things I want to do. So the first thing to do is to go ahead and, you know, block out your times where you don't have choice. We call that inflexible time. So if from 6 to 8, that's your time to wake up, drink your coffee, get dressed, get on the road, and get to school or get to work, block that out. That's not time where you're going to be studying or doing your homework, right? Um, if from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're in classes, then block out that time. That's not time where you have choice, right? If you've got a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment, block out that time. If you've got an hour drive to work, block out that time, right? Block out all of the time where you know you are going to be have to doing something. And then look at the blank spaces. The blank spaces are your choice time. So where are you going to put your math homework? Um, you know, is it going to take you an hour? Block out an hour and choose to do math homework at a certain time, and try to make it regular, because making it regular helps you make sure that you know, you're doing something. It's kind of, it's like building in a routine, and the routine becomes habit, and then you've got things down. And I am noticing, yes, you guys are talking about getting rid of distractions. That definitely helps, definitely. And I'll talk about that in a second. So thank you. Help me to remember, Taj, that I need to talk about getting rid of distractions. Um, but choose where you're going to put your study time. Choose where you're going to put your time to read your textbook. Choose where you're going to put your homework time. And it may be that, you know, on certain days you want to do homework right after class. It may be that on certain days or certain weeks you want to put your homework on the weekend. You get to choose. You also want to choose time for yourself. So make sure that you block out time that is yours, um, so that you don't feel overwhelmed and you don't feel like you're just ping ponging. I go to work, I go to class, I do my homework, I study, I go to bed, then I do it all over again. You want to give yourself some break time too. So, any questions about that before I keep going? Yes, William, we want to maximize your time. Okay. Azam is saying thumbs up, so I'll keep going. You also want to be organized in terms of your study space, right? So here's a quick pop quiz for you. Let me know what you think in the chat. What is the one place in your house where you should not sit down to study? The one place. Reba says the kitchen. William says room. Azam says bathroom. Eva says living room. Whoops, all my chats are spinning. Lena says the bed. Carla says the bedroom. John says the bedroom. Michael says the bed. Megan says shared living spaces. You know what? All of those are problematic. I can see why you're saying all of those. But yes, Lena and Michael, yes, the bed. The bed is the one place you should not sit down and study. So now that you know it's the bed, anybody want to venture a guess as to why you should not sit down on the bed to study? What will happen if you sit down on the bed to study or do your homework? What do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the chat. Reba says bed is associated with relaxation. Yes, you get too comfortable. Yes, Taj. John and Sharia both say sleeping. Yes. Kabanga says fall asleep. Yes. William says nap. Yes. Nap me, please. Heba says I'll sleep. Yes. Yes. Lena says you'll ruin your sleep because you'll associate it with working. Yes, all of those are true. We are creatures of habit, and our bodies know, based on what we do all the time, what it should be doing. So I don't know if you've ever tried to sit in your bed and study, or sit in your bed and read a textbook, or sit in your bed and do your homework. But that's where you can get distracted because you'll be thinking about these other things you need to do, like your body usually does, and your body goes into the it's time to rest. It's time to sleep. And you don't pay as much attention and you don't get as much done, and you are more likely to fall asleep or just be distracted if you are on your bed. So if you do your homework and you're studying in your bedroom, you need to have a separate space. You need to have a chair and you need to have something to put your work on, like a TV tray or a desk, or, even a lap desk if you have a laptop, right? But it needs to be separate from your bed. Um, Other places in the house can be problematic. So wherever you go, like if you're going to the kitchen, you need to make sure that you are going when it is, not people aren't cooking in there. You know, you're not distracted by sound and noise. You want to set up your regular routine study homework area in your house where you're sitting up, you're not on the bed, and you have your materials around you. So, and I'm sorry, please excuse me. I'm looking at my PowerPoint sometimes, but I'm looking at my phone, which has your messages to me in the chat, and so that's why I keep looking down at my phone. So I am really paying attention to what you all are saying. That's why I'm looking down. But remove distractions. Have a space that is set up with everything you need. You have your computer or your laptop, you have your pencils and pens, you have your papers and your books, you have your snack if you want a snack, and you have your quiet. And if there's not quiet in the house and you have some earphones or something that you can put in your ears, then you can do that to kind of cut out the noise. And so then you can sit down and study when you need to. Lena, oh, I've read Lena's. Azam says, I work from my bed and I did fall asleep while at work. My boss thought I was going out and that sort of thing. Yes, it can happen. And I'm glad you said that. During the pandemic, our home space has become our workspace. And so it's very hard now to have that separation. So at least in your house, have a place where you sit and work. When I was growing up, I grew up in a very small house with a lot of people in it. And so my mother would allow me to go in the living room, and the living room had a coffee table. It did not have a desk. And so I would write my papers and I would do my studying sitting on the floor. And when I was older, I realized that if I wanted to write, I needed to sit on the floor because your body has that memory and you're training your body to go into a certain mode to do certain things. So all of this takes practice, repetition. Once you repeat, once you practice, it becomes habit and then it becomes a part of who you are. This is just how you work. So now let's talk a little bit about some study techniques that can go along with you managing your time and your space. So again, develop a routine. Think about this. You know, we have a certain tolerance for certain subjects, right? If we love math, we might be able to sit down and do math for an hour and not even think about it. But if we don't enjoy history, then history after about 20 minutes, it's like, I don't want to read any more of this. I'm not getting it, right? I'm not retaining anything I read. I'm just reading and thinking about math or thinking about other things. So know your concentration limit and put that into your time when you are managing your time. Put that into your weekly schedule. So I know that I need to do my math homework um, Tuesdays and Thursdays because I have class Monday, Wednesday, Friday in math. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to put my hour for math. Well, I know that I've got about 30 pages of history to read every week. So I'm going to break that up into 20 minutes. I'll read for 20 minutes and I'll take notes while I'm reading for 20 minutes because taking notes will help me pay attention. So I'll take notes while I'm reading for 20 minutes and I'll get through my reading, right? So you break up. What's your time limit on things, right? Also remember to take breaks. We don't want to be so locked into a schedule that we are not enjoying our day and we are not giving our brains room to breathe. And so put in some break time. Okay, I'm going to do my math for an hour. I'm going to read and take notes for history for 20 minutes. And then I'm going to stop for 20 minutes and I'm going to go for a walk. Or I'm going to, call up my friend and talk for 15 minutes and give myself some downtime for another 5 minutes. I'm going to get on TikTok and post a TikTok video or look at my favorite TikTok video posters, right, for 20 minutes. Give yourself some break times because when you do that, then you are making the study time enjoyable, right? Some things that we study we're going to enjoy, but there are other subjects that may prove more challenging that we don't enjoy as much. If we can make sure that we are putting in a break time to allow us to enjoy our study time, then again, we are motivating ourselves. We're doing that positive mindset that helps us return to it when we need to. Taj said earlier, avoid distractions. And yes, avoid distractions. So I don't know if you noticed, but let me see, let me go back. In this picture, there is a phone on that desk. Phones are good for studying if, sorry about that. If you're going to, I said I'm back. Technology is wonderful until you're the one presenting and you mess it up. So let me go back to the PowerPoint. Sorry about that little blip. I was just saying here that on this slide, there's a phone. I was trying to make sure you could see it. Um, Phones can be very distracting. So if you are someone who can't help but look at your phone every 5 seconds, you do not want the phone in the room with you, right? When you take your break, you want to get up and walk to your phone wherever it is in another room. You do not want your phone in the room with you because when you have the phone in the room with you, you are going to be distracted. So we want to make sure that we are on top of things and we're avoiding distractions. And then, you've got your plan, your semester plan, so you can schedule your projects, you can schedule your study time, you're going to have your weekly plan, and then you're going to have your semester plan. And then, make sure that you are actively, thank you, Reba, actively engaged in your studying. So do things that make you active, like use flashcards, write your notes, um, create concept maps. And I want to show you this. This is a concept map, right? It's just a drawing that shows how different ideas are related, right? And if you've ever had to plan out a paper, you've probably used something like that. Here's another concept map. This is a Venn diagram where you've got, ideas in one circle, ideas in another circle, and where the two circles intersect, you've got ideas that belong in both circles, right? So you can create a concept map that helps you study. You can draw pictures if you're a visual learner that helps you study. You can explain a concept to someone else, be the teacher. That's active engagement that helps you study. And then you can do practice tests. In the book, you can answer the questions, or you can do practice tests that your teacher posts that are offered as a supplement to your textbook. We often have those, in our online study areas that go with the textbook. So use those to be active and then space it out. Like I said, plan it so that you're not doing it all in one sitting. You are planning when you're going to study, planning when you're going to do your homework, and giving yourself some breaks.
Miss
Thank
Ruth,
you, Taj. And yes, I realize it is time to go, so I'm going to
but
be
no,
quiet.
we're gonna keep going, and
Okay.
I just want the students to know, please just complete the survey in the chat, and if you have to go to class, we're fine. This is going to be provided for you later, the part that you miss. But carry on, Miss Ruth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I am at the end. I was just going to say, make sure that you take advantage of the resources that you have here at Wake Tech. Um, when universities and colleges and community colleges get created, they're built with specific supports for students because we do not expect you to go through our doors and through your classes and manage things all on your own. There are supports here that are built in to help you be successful. So make sure to talk to your instructors, make sure to talk to your advisors and the success coaches. Make sure to use one of your success centers. The ILC is here, but we've got the Real Center, the Think Center, STEM, Speak, the Foreign Language Center. We've got tons of places for you to go and get support for your classes. And then we've got the libraries. They offer research support. So make sure you're using your free resources here as you are going through your academic journey. It starts with your mindset. It goes to making sure that you can organize your time and focus your time, and then use all of the resources here to help you be successful. So those are all the things I was going to say. Here's our contact information if you'd like to contact us. But we also, Wake Tech has a wonderful website, and you can find us and all of the academic resources on the website. So that is all I wanted to say. I will stop sharing my screen and come back to you all and see if there's anything I can answer in the chat or anything you want to share for all of us here in the chat. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for attending. Have a great day. I will put the semester calendar in the chat again. Yes, no problem. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Leaston. It's good to see you. I'm so happy to see so many people. Um, let's see, where is it? Here's the map. So I'm putting the map in now. Thank you. There you are. I hope you can see the map. Please download it, save it on your computer, print it out, share it with your friends. Well, Mr. Ewer, should I turn everything back over to you and William? Thank you, William.
Oh, yes. I just wanted to say you did a wonderful job as always. And I want to encourage students to use the ILC, and it is available 7 days a week online as well as in person. And William, do you have anything you want to say?
I just want to thank everyone for coming. Thank you, Kay. You did an amazing job, and I learned a lot today also. So thank you again.
Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. So we are